Welcome to Cadeau and Janko, Wednesdays at Lunch, Burger Edition. Today, Matthew and I went to Notre-Boeuf-de-Grâce in NDG on Sherbrooke. I was going to give a more specific location, but you could look it up. I was going to name some streets that are nearby, but they're not major thoroughfares, so I didn't think it was necessarily worth mentioning.
Yeah.
What is worth mentioning, though, that they are opening up a second location downtown near Guy. I want to say between Guy and Crescent on de Maisonneuve. I don't know when they're opening. I passed by recently, and they took the paper off of the windows, which is usually a good sign. But no, it looks like no work has been done yet in there.
They just needed the paper?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of building materials in there, but nothing's done. So, maybe sometime during the winter or something. I don't know.
Be a long way before they get any meat in there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
We'll see.
So, Matthew, had you ever heard of Notre-Boeuf-de-Grâce before I mentioned it?
No, I haven't. Notre-Dame-de-Grâce, I've heard of the cemetery.
Yeah, okay.
That was about it.
Well, it's also the neighborhood.
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
NDG?
NDG.
Oh, I just got that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
NDG.
Yeah.
Wow. Jesus, that's strange that I only just got that. I never really thought about it.
And that's why I wrote down MBG.
Yeah.
Because Notre-Boeuf-de-Grâce. I actually had the name very wrong for a while. I was telling you, let's go to Notre-Dame-de-Boeuf, which I guess translated made a lot of sense to me. Our Lady of Beef.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of nice, but our beef of grace, or our beef of peace, doesn't seem to work as well in English. But I guess it's not in English, so I don't need to worry about that.
It just seems like beef should be at the end of your title. And the Notre Dame de Beef sounds better, I think. Because
in English.
The punchline is at the end.
Yeah.
Same with
as opposed to the middle.
Beauty and the Beef.
Yeah.
You don't want to come in
belly
with
of the buff, Beauty and the Beef. That's true.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
This whole place had a lot of missed opportunities, Sebastian.
So while we were there, we got the menu, and we started realizing that the menu is filled with biblical puns.
Yeah, mine was a very slow realization.
When was it that it occurred to you? Was it cheese us?
No, cheese us. I read the first time. I was like, oh, this must be a lot of cheese. Cheese us.
Yeah.
I only went when I went back and read it. I was like, oh, okay. Now with the Bible in mind, Jesus sounds like Jesus.
Yeah.
No, I think I just was looking through the menu. I was like, there are a lot of biblical terms in here, isn't there? And then
it's like divine intervention and all these things like that. The very disappointing one that you pointed out, Matthew, was they've got the condiments listed as the new condiments and the old or New Testament condiments. No, New Testament sauces and Old Testament sauces.
Doesn't even make sense.
New Testament sauces are like wasabi mayonnaise and stuff, and Old Testament sauces are like ketchup and mustard.
Yeah.
And so, okay, I can kind of get that. But no, Matthew, what did you say they should be called?
Well, there are a lot of condiments that could be had, especially with these New and Old Testament sauces. So I just figured the logical turn would be the 10 condiments.
It's perfect. Of course.
And they could be on, slates.
Yeah, they could be. Well,
whatever.
Depends on what you want to do with the design of the menu. We're not going to get into the design of the menu.
Well, the design of the menu should have been a Bible.
Yeah.
I think.
The outside was all like very busy, lots of little things. 2015, I guess the year they opened, was on there. But make it look like a Bible. Just go whole hog. I mean, their logo is a burger with an egg on it with a halo.
Yeah.
Which is like, well, what is this? What is the angel here? Is it the egg, the baby that was never born?
The little embryo?
Thus it was born without sin. Thus it would go to heaven. Or was it the beef?
Was it an immaculate conception?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Well, wait. Now,
go ahead.
Chickens can lay eggs without, being impregnated.
That's true.
They're laying those eggs, are just unfertilized eggs.
Yeah.
So are we eating? Well, normally we're eating unfertilized eggs.
Yes.
So that would be birth without any sin.
I suppose that's true, but it wouldn't. It's no birth. There's no birth.
Yeah, I guess the embryo, just that. is what you got there, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're getting too deep into this now.
I don't know.
I think, maybe.
I don't know if they've thought about it that much.
The menu was full of religious puns, and we enjoyed some of them. I think their appetizer menu was in the beginning.
Yeah.
All kinds of things like this. We had a few other ones, Matthew. What do we have? I said there should be a burger that was called Noah's Ark or something, and it could be a burger made of bison and beef and chicken and turkey and pig. Just get as many animals into one burger as possible. Seemed perfect to me. And maybe it'd be a double patty.
Yeah.
2 by 2.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, double patty. Lead as many animals on to the slaughter. That's what Noah was doing. You had there were other ideas that we didn't really flesh out, like the Red Seas, parting the Red Seas.
Yeah, there's so many biblical options. Lazarus, or we had the resurrection burger that could be marinated for 3 days.
Yes,
so many missed opportunities at this place. If they're going to go full on with a religious angle, just there's so many opportunities.
The cow was killed, and then 3 days later, after marinating, that burger came to be.
That's right. And, you could do the false idol, like a golden cow burger somehow. It's all so many biblical options.
Yeah.
You could have maybe one of those bloomin' onions and call it the burning bush or something. So many options.
Yeah, I think they have a fish burger. No, they definitely had a fish burger, but I don't know if they related it to, that little Jesus.
They should get a load of this one.
Yeah.
You may not care so much for this one, but I feel like a lot of people would be nuts for it. A free upgrade from water to wine.
Only on miracle days.
only on especially saintly days, on the high holidays, so to speak. So Matthew, a couple other things. Today is the last day of summer.
Yeah.
And, I was thinking, what a way to end summer. Our summer of all too many burgers, really. We had so many burgers this summer. But what better season to eat a burger than the summer?
I don't know if there's a better season, but I don't know if there's any worse seasons.
Well, I guess you have a point. The autumn is beginning to get colder. You want to have some hearty food, and a burger is a good hearty meal.
Yeah.
In the winter, you want to have a nice hot meal. And a hamburger is perfect for that.
Yeah.
Spring comes rolling around and you're looking forward to summer. It's a time of rebirth, excitement about what can be. You start breaking out the barbecue early. Oh, what should we have? Burgers.
Some newborn baby calves.
Yeah, that's it.
It's delicious. I guess there's no bad time to eat a burger.
I think that's basically the lesson to be had here.
The moral.
The moral of this parable is this no bad season to have a burger. So we're going to continue having a burger every week.
Yeah, there won't be any
until end times.
Yeah, do you think they have burgers in hell?
No
just
way.
Bad ones, maybe.
What do they got? Maybe a sloppy Joe? No.
Chicken burgers and it's veggie burgers. It's going to be your own hell.
Well,
whatever hell you want it to be.
Well, no. Wouldn't a hell be a world without burgers?
I think it would be a world with the things that you want, but just slightly not what you want. Because you want the hope. You're what's...
Oh, to really crush you.
Yeah, to really crush you. If I'm going to hell...
In hell, Matthew, they'd served you, tomato burgers.
Yeah. Or they'd be here's some shepherd's pie with cheese on it.
You don't like shepherd's pie with cheese? That sounds like it would make it better.
No. Or it's I don't want any cheese, and they bring it back, and it's here's your shepherd's pie, no cheese, with ketchup. I'm no, it's never going to be right.
There's no gravy in hell.
Oh yeah, I'm sure all the fancy things we've come to grow accustomed to. They don't have them. I think it's a very dry palate down there.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be all oatmeal. And probably starvation, really. Probably more starvation.
Yeah. Well, gluttony could be bad in a way.
Well, no, that's a deadly sin.
It's a deadly sin, yes.
That sends you to hell because of all the cheeseburgers you ate.
Yeah. Do you think you'd be unhealthy? No, you think you'd be unhappy if you were gluttonous? No, you think you'd be unhappy if you were really overweight in hell or if you were really skinny in hell? You'd probably feel better if you were skinny.
I don't know. Man? Isn't there like a healthy weight?
Why are we going to hell? Why did I assume we'd be going to hell in the end days?
Well, have you not been aware of our podcast? I feel like this is a sin of gluttony.
I suppose so.
So while we were sitting down in the restaurant, before we even ordered, while we were still looking over the menu, it occurred to me, because of one of the items on the menu, I think it was Dad's Burger. Wait a second. This is Dad's Bagels. This place opened up in the old location of Dad's Bagels, which was this well-known, long-standing bagel joint in NDG that was run by, I want to say, an Indian couple, and they also had fridges in the establishment. I can't really call it a restaurant; it was more of a pick up and go type of place. There were a couple tables, but that's not the point. Where they had like Tupperwares of pre-prepared Indian food that you could take home and warm up and eat. And it was delicious. And so were the bagels. The bagels were amazing too. Why were Indian people making bagels? I have no logical answer aside from this is Montreal. But they were good bagels. And I believe that they didn't go out of business so much as they decided to shut down. I think they were like, closing in on retirement. They just said, forget it. Maybe the business was beginning to suffer and they decided to put it out of its misery quick.
Always leave them wanting more, you know?
Yeah, man. Better to burn out than to fade away. They didn't want to just fade away. They'd rather just go out by their own terms.
Yeah, better to have loved and lost than never loved at all.
Beautiful, Matthew.
I don't know if that applies. Probably not.
Well, yeah, because Dad's Bagels is gone, but it's better that I got to try it than, just heard of the legend.
Yes. Oh, that's true. I never did. I never had it.
You missed out, Matthew. Good bagel. Good Indian food, too. And real nice people. Anyway, so I was thrilled that they were like honoring the location by having a Dad's Burger. And I was wondering, what is the element that's making it an especially bagely burger? Is it going to be served on a bagel? That'd be so cool. Nah. It just had some tandoori mayonnaise and cilantro and some other ingredients in there. But the really Indian ones were tandoori, mayonnaise, and cilantro. And so when I ordered my burger, which was, I forget the name, unfortunately.
Didn't you have the Divine something?
Divine Intervention?
Wasn't that it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was a burger, 6-ounce patty burger with salami.
Oh, yeah, that was the intervention.
Yeah, okay. Salami, and the salami is the intervention.
Yeah.
An egg, a fried egg, lettuce and tomatoes, and a little spicy mayonnaise on it. Yeah. And I asked for one of these tandoori mayonnaise on the side, just because I want to see what's the deal. How are you honoring Dad's Bagels? We'll get into that later. Matthew, what did you order?
The poorly named, what was it even called? It was one of the worst puns. Oh, it was a Thou Shalt Bacon Cheeseburger.
Is that the one you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one I got. It's just a double cheeseburger with bacon.
Doesn't even seem to be a pun on any particular commandment. Yeah. Just a general Thou Shalt Cheeseburger. Thou Shalt Bacon Cheeseburger.
Yeah, like I don't know.
I don't understand.
Shalt eat a bacon cheeseburger? Maybe.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't even want to.
Thou can eats cheeseburger?
I didn't even want to order it the way that it was listed, so I just said the bacon cheeseburger. And then he repeated...
Okay, what the real name is?
Yeah, well, he just repeated the thou shalt.
Yeah. He was like, thou shalt? And you're like, yes. God.
I also ordered a soda.
Oh, yeah.
They did not... Normally I say Coke or Pepsi.
Sure.
This time I couldn't have either. I had to have their house brand. Homemade.
Now, I've got a couple follow-up questions.
Yeah.
Matthew, one, are you more of a Coke or a Pepsi guy?
Pepsi.
Follow-up question number 2. Matthew, have you heard that apparently Pepsi has been